Om Swastiastu.
Om Swastiastu.
Selamat sore sahabat belajar di Spenba. Bertemu lagi dengan saya, Nimade Ivana Swastiana di acara Ngopi. Ngobrol pembelajaran inovatif bersama tamu kita kali ini yaitu Miss Linda Venture dari Yayasan Bali Children's Project. Dan pada kesempatan hari ini kita akan mewawancarai beliau mengenai Yayasan Bali Children Project yang kebetulan hari ini mengadakan workshop yang menangani masalah kekerasan seksual, infeksi menular seksual, dan kehamilan remaja. Langsung saja kita temui beliau. Good afternoon, Miss Linda.
How are you? I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Okay, in this beautiful opportunity, we would like to ask you some questions related your foundation, Bali Children's Project.
Okay.
In which in today you have a workshop in our school about sexual harassment and then the infection of sexual diseases and then the teenagers pregnancy.
Yeah, it's our sexual education program.
Oh yeah, sexual education.
And it's related a little bit to our child protection program. Mm-hmm. So the staff goes back and forth. Mm-hmm. The programs are related in that they're both geared to sexual awareness and protection for children from approximately maybe grade 5 through senior high school.
Grade 5?
More or less, yeah, because that's sort of when kids start to become aware. And the first program, the child protection, is that grew out of a fear of trafficking and harm and danger to young children. And the sex ed program grew out of an awareness of HIV in Bali. And then both programs have expanded to cover more years and more topics. So now there's crossovers sort of between something like puberty, which affects children younger and younger, but just continues. Menstruation, which is younger and younger, but continues. Child pregnancy, which we worry about because our major program for BCP is sponsorship. So we take a lot of responsibility for the health and well-being of children. And Bali Children's Project is basically an education program. Our mission is to escape poverty through education. And so our entire organization, all of our programs must tie into that. No matter what we're doing, we're educating. And all of the children whom we sponsor are poor. They're all in some level of poverty, often very severe poverty. They're orphaned, they are bandied about, they live with relatives, they need food. A lot of our kids are desperately poor. Some kids are maybe at best moderately poor, but they can't afford to go to school. So we started off sponsoring children for school. And we started off with young children, then we realized they didn't need that much money, and so we segued to just older children, like grade 7 through 12. Then we added a backpack program for children in primary school because they could afford the fee, which was almost nothing, but they couldn't afford their clothing or their shoes or their notebooks. And we met a lot of families where their children didn't go to school because they were too embarrassed. They had no soles on their shoes. They have such holes in them. They had no books. They just wouldn't go. They were too embarrassed. So when we have a backpack program where for $100, a person can buy that and supply a child for an entire year of school. So that's under our sponsorship program. So we have sponsorship, we have backpacks. Then we have the sex ed like we're doing now in the other room, and we're doing the child protection. Then we also have other programs where we renovate and build new libraries and renovate and build new kindergartens and preschools.
So the focus here is health and education for children, right?
The focus is actually education.
Education.
But if you figure you don't really have good health without good education, then yes. You know, if you don't know that you're supposed to drink water and take vitamins and all that, you're not going to really be healthy. You'll just be eating candy all day long. So yes, our mission has to remain education, and it has to remain children. We've tried other things. We go outside the box once in a while, and a program will last a year. But for us and our staff, it's education. And all of our staff, it just so happens that all of our staff happens to be Indonesian women. I'm an anomaly because I come from New York and started it, and it started in California. But we are also a Balinese yayasan, and we're registered here, and that's our official work and title, and that is how we work.
Okay, so you have a branch offices around the country?
No.
Only in...
We have, me in New York, we have the treasurer and the official office in California. That's a Bali Children's Project. Then we have Yayasan Bali Children Project, and that is headquartered in Gianyar. Our office is in Penistaan, but we work in every regency. So we teach in every regency, we sponsor in every regency, we go to every regency.
So you focus only in Indonesia? In
We
Bali,
only
exactly.
do Bali. What we're starting to do a little bit and hoping to do is our sex ed program and our child protection program are both incorporating videos. And the videos are on YouTube. And those videos can be seen all over Indonesia. Everything is in Indonesian. So we're really hoping to teach about sex and health and protection all through Indonesia. We are starting to do some workshops in Lombok. We've done, I think, one. And we're negotiating with maybe another island or two. Our goal would be, hopefully, to spread as much knowledge of all these topics as we can through Indonesia. That's our goal. But it has to be negotiated, as you know, with every government, every regency, every politician, everywhere.
So, okay, what have you found so far about the sex education in Bali?
There's not much.
Yeah,
There's really not much. There's been a couple of things that have been very impressive. I mean, when we started it, I started it because I work with children with HIV in America. And so it was a very personal issue because at that time it was fatal to everybody. And then when I heard that it was in Bali, which I love, I got really upset and started to contact leaders in Bali who knew about it. And we started the program. And then that program grew and grew and grew. We stopped it for a bit and we just restarted it this way with teaching the teachers. We used to teach the kids, now we teach the teachers. The first person I asked about how did you learn about sex told me they learned by watching chickens. I thought that wasn't really the best way to learn about sex, you know, but nobody talked about it. What was amazing and still surprises us is the absolute welcome that we get from every school we've gone to, from the teachers, the education system, the government, the schools. We are so welcomed. I mean, look at, here we are. I was afraid that because it's Indonesia, people would say, we don't want to hear about it. It's too much. We don't teach it. Go away. They did not. Nobody did.
No.
They all said, we want our children to learn. They did the same thing with child protection. They've welcomed us in. The parents may not always come and get involved, but the teachers really, really do. And it gets bigger and reaches more and gets better because we've gotten a great reception from educators. So this year, what we've started to do with both programs is we're educating the educators. Rather than go to the children, we're going to the teachers. And the teachers are the basis of all of it.
Yes.
You know, they really are. Without teachers, nobody's going to learn anything. And if the teachers don't know about it, they can't teach it. But they're excited. I mean, the teachers have been fantastic. The reception we've gotten from teachers with this new style of workshop, it's been amazing. It really has been great. If you go into that room, you can see they really like it.
Really?
They like it. They teach it, and we've started. This is our first year doing it with sex ed. It's our second or third year doing it with child protection with the teachers. They love it. Because we see videos of them. We follow up after the workshops, and we go to watch them teach it, and they're great. They're really great. And so we're hoping that the teachers teaching the children and the children learning about it will save their lives. We'll keep them from getting pregnant. We'll keep them from getting diseases. It's a program that we don't know in terms of you can teach somebody how to speak English and then you give them a test and they speak English. You don't know if somebody didn't get pregnant. You don't know if they didn't get AIDS. You don't know if they didn't do something. It's a negative. So we give them tests. Did you learn more now than you knew when you came in? They always do. Their numbers always go up. We just pray they will not get pregnant and not get sick and all of those things. We don't know if they didn't. But we try to contribute our best to educating them so that they don't.
And do you have any advice or suggestion for the teachers to be able to transfer their knowledge to really educate the students to really understand about the sex education?
I'm not a teacher. I'm really not. I don't even like teaching personally. But we have great teachers.
Or maybe we as parents, I think, also plays an important role in educating our children.
Huge.
Yes.
Huge. Yeah, I would say if the teachers could talk to the parents, if they could have separate workshops with parents, if they could get parents involved and not embarrassed. That's tough.
Yeah.
Parents are really, really embarrassed. They don't want to talk to their kids about sex. Nobody wants to talk about
What
sex
do you think
except
about
to a friend.
Is it a taboo thing for parents to talk about sex?
No, I think it's
to their
uncomfortable.
children? I see.
Unless it's your
about the
culture. Some cultures are very, very comfortable with it. It's part of the culture. They learn how to do it. Other cultures, the girls are sent to a hut to live in the forest if they're menstruating. They don't really have a great attitude, and the girls, who knows. So it's culture to culture. We work with the Balinese culture and the Indonesian culture. We found people are very open to hearing from us.
Yeah.
I think they're much, much more open hearing from women, woman to woman, mother and teacher and woman. We talk to each other anyway. Women are used to talking to each other, and the mothers can talk to the children. So it's a process. We're learning. The most popular topic that we teach is how to put on a condom. So we've got to reach the boys. But the girls have to know that the boys better put on a condom. And we never, ever encourage kids to have sex. But we know that the reality of it is that they do. And if they do, and if they get pregnant, they get kicked out of school, which immediately kills our mission. So everything keeps going in circles. Yeah, I think you need to build up a comfort level. And you build up a comfort level by talking about it.
You're right.
And you talk about it if you hear about it, if your friends talk about it, if you have groups that talk about it. And then you teach your kids because it's natural. It's just natural.
Yeah, I think it's a teacher's job right now to build a comfortable situation between them with the students, to be able to be open about talking about sex. And
even that's tough.
Yeah.
It's your teacher. But they have to build a comfortable environment. Laughing is really good. If you can find ways to do it with laughter. That's why the penis demonstration is so funny. It's so everybody watches it. It's an uncomfortable laughter sometimes, but they watch it. People have to explore away in their own family, in their own classroom. Maybe the mothers have to meet together in a group. Maybe the mothers and the teachers have to meet together separately. I think you have to figure it out. We've only been doing this a few years, but it has to work, and it can work. And the children that we know who got pregnant, we have a big program. The sponsorship program's large. Given the size of it, we've had very, very few children get pregnant. We visit these kids twice a month. We have a coordinator who goes twice a month. So they're visited, they're spoken to, they're acknowledged, and they know somebody cares. So we really get very few pregnancies. And we also give the workshops. I think a kid has to know there's a place to go. Our child protection teach how to protect yourself, how to yell for help, what to do if somebody comes after you. They didn't even know that there was such a thing as child abuse.
What about the sexual harassment that happen among teenagers, especially the...
Well, we have bullying now. We talk about bullying in the workshop.
Right. Yeah, I
it's
think
a thing.
A trend issue right now.
It's universal.
Yeah.
It's nasty, it's universal. And our workshops talk about bullying. And then our videos talk about bullying. It has to be acknowledged.
It's really
and
needed,
I think a lot of it's the internet because it's so prevalent online. You know,
the most influential factor.
Unbelievable, and none of us know about it. It's too new. So the problems are growing faster than we can keep up. It's a tough call. You know, I don't really envy being a teacher at this time. But I think you do amazing jobs. You're just great. So,
okay. Yeah, I think it's our responsibility as educators, as parents, and also among teenagers to always support each other.
That's a great point. And they have to know that they're not competing, that they're supporting.
Yeah, supporters in their life, so they don't feel awkward to talk about sex and everything happens to them. Maybe if they have problems like bullying or sexual harassment, and they need to be able to communicate with someone that they trust, they can rely on to.
And they have to know that's okay, that it's normal.
Yes.
Yeah. Sure, and you can provide the person and the forum on who to speak to, where to speak to. And we try to help with that with giving out phone numbers, websites, the videos, and making it normal.
Yes, you're right. Making it normal.
Yeah.
That's our job to do.
Be normal. That could be your new motto.
Yeah. Sometimes they feel, embarrassed to talk about
that issue. Everybody does. Well, most people do. Yes. Because we're taught that from the time we're very little. Don't do that. Don't touch that. Don't look there. It's awkward. And that's normal. So hopefully we learn new ways to talk about stuff. Because you have to do it to protect your kids. Nobody else is going to do it. And if you keep that in mind, then you do it. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than your ego. It's bigger than your fear. And there's always somebody you can ask. There's always someone to go to.
Okay. Thank you, Linda. Last question, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe is there something that you would like to say to our students here in SMP or junior high school to Bangli about how to deal with, bullying and sexual harassment or prevent the, early pregnancy in their age?
Well, I think you have to start off by knowing how you get pregnant. You can't prevent it if you don't know that you're doing it, You have to listen to parents and teachers. We have books, we have booklets, we have videos, we have diagrams. It's really hard nowadays not to know how you get pregnant, then not do it. And that's very, very hard for a teenager. It's always been hard for teenagers. They are a hormonal mess on legs. It's like, you can see them. They're all hormones. Everything in their brain just goes hormonal. But they have to understand that. Bullying is one issue. Bullying is aggression, it's fear, it's self-image. That's a whole different topic, I think, than pregnancy, which is part of the sex ed thing. I can only say you should educate them and give them the tools, I don't really have all the information on how to do it. I just don't. I would go to the program that we're running next door.
Yes, that's
I
one
would talk to
good
Gusti and
solution,
ask
yeah.
her, because that's her specialty.
Yes.
You can watch the videos, you can talk about it. But I think that they all need to know that it's normal.
Yes.
They all need to know it's universal. It's pretty much the age group, it's the gender, it's universal and it's eternal.
Everyone had
Yes, and look back at the
happens to
ancient
everyone,
cultures.
yeah.
Ancient cultures are full of war. They're full of aggression. They're full of rape and murder and all of that. It's not like anybody just invented it. So if you know that it's normal, then you can stop it. But you have to teach it.
Yes.
Congratulations.
I'm parents, also teachers, so yeah,
You really got,
it's a very big responsibility.
yes. But you could arrange groups, you see. As a parent and a teacher,
We do have here.
that's great. So you have like a PTA, like a parent-teacher association,
Yes.
where everybody gets together and talks about it. If you share it, then I think people in the group will all have different solutions. They'll all have ideas.
We share ideas, we share solutions.
Right. So you've got the solution. You've already
We
got
figure
it.
it. We'll figure it out together.
Not only that, but you're running the workshop. You
Yes.
know the people, you have the ideas, and you care, and you want to do it.
Yes.
That's a lot. It's really a lot. You're not putting your kids in the back to go and be by themselves. You're taking care of it, and you're helping to educate them. So I think you have the answers. You have more answers than you have questions.
Okay, Linda.
Okay.
I think that's all for our interview today.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your coming.
Thank you.
Yeah, for your ideas and for your time here in our school.
It
I
was
hope you really
great.
enjoyed
I love
the
it.
time.
It's a
Yeah.
beautiful school.
Thank you so much.
Really, really
Yeah.
lovely. Thank you.
Hope we can meet again and
I hope so.
continue with the cooperation.
Well, we'll come back for your library opening.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I hope. Let's hope for the best, yeah. Okay, thank you, Linda.
Thank you so much. Okay. Bye.
Baiklah, sahabat Wispenba, begitulah wawancara kami dengan Miss Linda Venture, Direktur dari Yayasan Children Bali Project, mengenai masalah kekerasan seksual, infeksi menular seksual, dan pernikahan remaja. Diharapkan sebagai edukator di SMP Negeri 2 Bangli bisa memberikan situasi yang nyaman dan menganggap seks sebagai masalah yang normal untuk dibicarakan di antara kalangan remaja. Semoga dengan adanya workshop yang diadakan kali ini, kemudian juga penambahan pengetahuan untuk para edukator atau para guru yang bisa nantinya ditularkan kepada para anak didiknya, bisa membuka wawasan dan menambah pengetahuan untuk mencegah terjadinya kekerasan seksual dan pernikahan remaja. Baiklah, semoga apa yang sudah disampaikan tadi bisa bermanfaat bagi kita semua. Sampai jumpa lagi di acara ngopi berikutnya. Saya Nimade Ivana Swastiana pamit undur diri. Om Santi 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 Om.